What's up, guys? This week I want to talk about the raid challenge that came out for Scourge of the Past. For this week, the challenge is all for one and one for all. Now, normally I wasn't going to do a video for the raid challenges because I thought they were just overly simple and just didn't need a clickbait video of a guy telling you, hey, don't let the meter in the middle go past half or you lose. But this week, it actually ends up being a little complicated, at least for general teams like LFG that may have some trouble with this. So basically, it's a lot of organization and a lot of X's and O's and getting people in places where they need to go. So I'm going to show a little guide on how you can just make a simple plan and get the challenge done if you need it for your Triumph score or Powerful Gear or whatever it may be. Before we begin, I just want to give a shout out to my clanmate Mork, who provided this footage. I owe you exactly one high five in 2019. Enjoy! Alright, let's get going. Alright, so normally for this encounter, what you do is you split up into two groups of three and just have an outside team and a downstairs team, which is partially what you'll be doing here. However, for challenge mode, you'll need to break off into three subgroups during the whole encounter process and the vault rotations and all of that. Also, an important thing to note here for the challenge mode is that you cannot kill the boss too quickly. That's right, you have to intentionally hold back damage or you'll fail the challenge. Welcome to Vostok 2.0, ladies and gentlemen. Now on to the challenge mechanics themselves. I'll try as best as I can to break things down, but if you happen to get confused, feel free to ask questions in the comments and I'll try to answer as best as I can. Okay, so here we go. Let's start with an example. I'm player 1, and I'm accompanied by player 2 and player 3 downstairs into the vault area, like you normally would for the downstairs team. Players 4, 5, and 6 are stationed upstairs like they normally also would be. So, my subgroup partner for this will be player 4. Player 2 will have player 5, and then 3 and 6 will be together for the third group. Now, I'm sure you're asking, why the hell do I need a subgroup partner? Well, for the challenge, the requirement for all of you is to basically form one big-ass conga line, and each require and dunk all of the available buffs in the encounter. What I'm referring to, of course, is the continuous, the angular, and parallel buffs, also known as circle, triangle, and square. Okay, so if you're with me so far, the challenge is basically, hey, you as an individual and your fire team individually have to all get each of the three buffs before the boss dies. As long as you each get all the buffs, then the boss dies, then you complete the challenge. But, of course, that doesn't come with stupid tricks, such as, hey, you grabbed the wrong buff, that's my buff, it was my turn, this, that, we're lost, oh look, the boss nuked us, we're dead. So, I personally came up with my own system, and if you guys want to use it, go ahead. If you want to tweak it and then use your own set of letters, things like that, or shapes, then you can go ahead. But I created this to try to help people get a little organized, if you will. So the system I'm referring to is basically a letter system. You start with CAP. It's just a regular word, it's easy to remember, and it's obviously just letters for each of the buffs. Continuous, angular, parallel, right? So you start there, it's a simple word, easy to remember. What this means is that player 1 is getting C, player 2 is getting A, player 3 is getting P. Now, since 1 and 4 are a team, guess what 4 is getting? That's right, he's getting C. What's 5 getting? He's getting A. What's 6 getting? They're getting P. Alright, everybody knows their letters? So, 1, 2, 3, they go downstairs. They each get their buff, they call it out, the servitor dies, they go upstairs to dunk. Now, player 4, 5, and 6 go downstairs and rotate with the other team. 4, 5, and 6 get the exact same buffs that the other team just got. They get their buffs, they call it out, the servitor dies, they go upstairs, they dunk. Now the tanks are all up on all three zones. This is where you do damage phase. Keep in mind, like I mentioned, don't do too much damage to the boss, because it has to be a 3 phase. If you kill him too early, before everyone rotates through all of the buffs, it's challenge failed. Okay, let's pretend you're through the first damage phase now, right? So, players 1, 2, and 3 are getting ready to go back downstairs, but this time, you're going to do a different letter system. It's nothing crazy, all you do is just move one letter to the right. So you started with CAP, right? Now, you're going to go APC, because that's one shuffle to the right. So, this means player 1 and 4 will be getting A, players 2 and 5 will be getting P, and player 3 and 6 will be getting C. You do the exact same thing. Team 1 goes downstairs, they get their buffs, they call it out, servitor dies, they go upstairs, second team goes downstairs, get their buffs, servitor dies, they go upstairs, summon the tanks, do damage, but do not kill the boss. You can leave him one shot, but don't kill him because you have one more set to go. So, Now that you've done damage, the boss is almost dead, you need one last rotation. So now the rotations will begin P, C, A. So 1 and 4, you're going to start with P, 2 and 5, you're going to start with C, and then 3 and 6, start with A. Like the other 2 rotations, you go downstairs, you get your buffs, you call it out, boom, servitor dies, Team 1 comes upstairs, they dunk, Team 2 goes downstairs, they get the exact same buffs as their subgroup counterpart, they call it out, servitor dies, they go upstairs, summon the tanks, kill the boss, boom, it's dead, the chests will spawn. Now, just to keep in mind, during the entire challenge encounter, it won't actually say challenge failed even if you do it wrong, so keep that in mind. The only time it actually says challenge failed, as far as I know, is when the chest spawns. So when you get the reward, you'll know whether you failed or not. I know this might be a little confusing with the whole player number here, get this buff there, shapes this, that. So what I'm going to try to do is make a text version as well, make a thread on it, try to explain it better in detail maybe, and people could probably visualize it better through words than me just rambling in a video. But that's all there really is to this one. Hope it helps you guys. If this video helped you, a like and a sub would be appreciated, and I'll catch you guys next time.